Hello dear student, this is Palash Chakraborty, assistant teacher, Square High School and College. Welcome to my class. This is for class 7, subject Hindu Religion and Moral Education, chapter 1, lesson 4, 5 and 6. Here we have seen a picture. We have seen God Narayana and his avatar, Matsya avatar, Rama avatar. So from the very topic, from the very picture, we can guess our topic. So today's topic, oneness of God. So let's go through the text. Okay, oneness of God. So we have come to know from the previous lessons that the nature of God is revealed in many ways. He is one and only, and he doesn't have any particular shape. He is entitled with many names by the followers of different religious practice. The shapeless form of God is called Brahma. As he is kind and compassionate, we call him Bhagwan. Okay, so again, God descends upon the earth, taking the shape of a human being or an animal, to destroy the evil and to save the good people, as well as to establish the truth and justice. Then he is called Avatar. So for example, Sri Ram, Sri Krishna, Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, etc. Okay, so on the other hand, when any quality of power of God is expressed through a bodily shape, we call the shape God or Goddess. That means Devta, such as Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, etc. So there are three main forms of God for three purposes in this world. God creates as Brahma, nurtures as Vishnu, and keeps balance as Shiva, destroying living beings and other worldly things. Devi Durga shows the power of God. God gives us knowledge as Saraswati Devi. Okay, so the devotees worship gods and goddesses. They offer special prayers and appreciation to them to have their blessings. So question may arise, is Ishvara many? The answer is no. He is one and only. He has no shape, but he can take shapes. It has been said in Rigveda, Ekom Sad Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. A Brahma is called in many names by Brahmins. It is also said, Ekom Shantan Bahuda Kalpanati. The saints call and worship Ishvara in many names. However, all the worship is dedicated to God. All our worship goes to him. Okay, so the Gita says, even those who are devoted to other gods and worship them with faith actually worship God. Okay, number 2, God is the enjoyer and also the Lord of all sacrifices. Number 3, in whatever men approach me, even so I reward them. My path do men follow in all ways. Okay, so not only the followers of Hindu religion, but also those of other religions worship the same Ishvara according to their own ways and beliefs. This is very important. This is the oneness of God. Though Ishvara doesn't have any shape, he sometimes desires to take shapes to reveal his varied power. Okay, so here we will have a verse on the nature of Ishvara from the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So let's have the verse. Okay. Vayuryama Agnivarna Shashanka Prajapati Sabham Prapitamahasya Namastehastu Sahasrakrityova Punascha Bhuyo Epi Namast. You don't need to memorize this verse. You just need to memorize the meaning of this verse. So here we will have the meaning. You are air and you are the supreme controller. You are fire, you are water, and you are the moon. You are Brahma and you are the great grandfather. Therefore I bow to you 1,000 times and again and yet again. Okay, here we will have explanation of this verse also. So Arjuna has made this statement to Sri Krishna in the chapter 11 titled The Universal Form in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Sri Krishna himself is Ishvara, we know that. Here the nature of Ishvara has been expressed. Here Yama, Agni, Varuna, Chandra are mentioned as instances to show how they are different manifestations of God. He is Brahma, the deity of creation as well as the creator of Brahma. Here the endless power of God has been expressed with his power of creation. The power of all gods together signifies his own power. So he is the Almighty. He doesn't have any shape, but he can take any shape. So highest respect has been expressed, giving reverence to this self-born, endless and all-powerful God. Okay, so now we will have some word meaning. You have to know. Yama, that means God of death. Agni, that means God of power. Varuna, that means God of water and sky. Shashanka, that means the moon. Prajapati, that means Brahma. Praja, that means creation. So here Praja refers to the God of creation, Brahma. That is the form God creates us is called Prajapati. So Prajapati is the name of Brahma. So the name of Brahma is Prajapati. Okay, so you have to know about Prapitamaha. Okay, Prapitamaha, that means grandfather. Okay, Brahma is called grandfather. That means Pitamaha. Brahma is called grandfather. That means Pitamaha. Pitamaha, Prapitamaha means great grandfather. Okay, so here Brahma is called Pitamaha and Prapitamaha, that means great grandfather, means the father of father. Here God is called Prapitamaha. Brahma is Pitamaha and God is Prapitamaha. That means the great grandfather or creator of Brahma. So God creates Brahma. So Brahma called Pitamaha and God called Prapitamaha. Okay. So this is all about our text today. So you have to memorize this some parts of this lesson. Okay, we have finished already chapter 1. Now it's time to write the creative form exercise of lesson of chapter 1. So okay, take your preparation. I will take the feedback just later on. Until then, just keep practicing. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for watching my video. Stay safe and be blessed.